So our phase one consisted of basically from 131 headed north to 131 headed south. And we did receive funding for that from the CDBG grant. And then this was phase two. And when we applied for that, we also got the safe drinking water grant as well from the DNR, which we are also applying for. Actually, Mark's submitting that. I think he said this week, so which will be great to receive that. It'll finish up our water and sewer mains, kind of like what we talked on our tour. Is the biggest impact it's going to have for our residents is, hey, we got new water sewer mains. We've had a lot of breaks here and there, and when that happens, it's shutting down not just a small portion. We're shutting down blocks and several blocks of water for our residents, and this is going to really help with all that. This is exactly that. With not having the tax base, we talked a little earlier with the flooding. Almost 30 houses we lost. That's huge tax base for a small community. So to be able to get $1 million goes a really long way. Makes a big impact for us and financially to be able to do these projects. If it wasn't for this, it would really be looking at hopefully low interest loans, if that's a thing right now, right? With the way interest rates are, or it wouldn't even be a project, which would be really hard thing to do. And then just a lot of borrowing is what would have to happen if we didn't get these loans or these grants. Yeah, so we've started since 2019 with the planning process with the board, with our staff here, with Wayne, Kim, and Bart from Delta 3. They've really been getting this going. We've used Veerbeckers. We have larger projects that we still will need to continue for our future growth. We have plans set in place for that. The next piece is funding, right? And I think the biggest piece is to really continue stepping on the gas here and not let up, and continue to go after these grants with the safe drinking water, the CBDG, any other grants that we see out there that we can help with mitigating some of this cost to the village. Yeah, so our end goal with flood mitigation in 2018 was pretty devastating to our village and through the Kickapoo Valley. To be honest, that border the river there, we were out about 50, I think it was 54 hours without power in our town. Due to that, our substation was underwater and we couldn't get to it, and generator was there as well, compromised. So we've been able to get grants to help relocate that substation out of the floodplain. And so we're starting to work with some of that concept, moving things out of there. But our end goal really, and part of that development plan that I was talking about earlier, is having a levee put in place. Very costly though, up to $5 million. So again, not letting off the gas there. We're really going after that and seeing what's out there. How can we get this accomplished for our town? And then be able to bring back more housing and more businesses down in that lower end of town that currently would not be eligible for that due to the flooding. It's key to having those partnerships with CDA and Delta 3, Veerbeckers, and then just working with the village employees and Wayne knowing folks in the substation world, and with Dairyland Power, and just different groups of people coming together. And that's really what makes our small towns unique.